Hello everyone, welcome back to Amin Maths Club. Today we have a nice Olympiad question, that is cube root of m plus square root of m is equal to 1 over 8. So here we find two value of m, and here m belongs to real number. So starting our solution, let's start. That is cube root of m plus square root of m is equal to 1 over 8. So here this cube root can also be written as we have nth root of a is equal to a raised to the power 1 over n. So here we can write this one, that m to the power 1 over 3, and similarly this one, that m to the power 1 over 2, which is equal to 1 over 8. So now this m to the power 1 over 3 can be written as, if we write that m to the power 1 over 3 here, it is equal to m to the power 1 over 6 whole squared, and similarly this one is m to the power 1 over 2 is equal to m to the power 1 over 6 whole cubed. So now substituting these values here, then we get here m to the power 1 over 6 whole squared plus m to the power 1 over 6 whole cubed, which is equal to 1 over 8. So now here if we just suppose that let y is equal to m to the power 1 over 6, so let's say it is our equation 1. Now we are going to substitute this value here, then this step will become y squared plus y cubed is equal to 1 over 8. Now shifting this one, then we get y cubed plus y squared minus 1 over 8 is equal to 0. Now this minus 1 over 8 is equal to that, if we write minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8. So here we are going to just put this value here, then y cubed plus y squared minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8, which is equal to 0. Now we also know that if we write this 1 over 4 is 1 over 2 whole squared, and similarly 1 over 8 is 1 over 2 whole cubed. So this step will become y cubed plus y squared minus 1 over 2 whole squared and plus 1 over 2 whole cubed is equal to 0. So now if we just write that y cubed with this 1 over 2 whole cubed and plus y squared minus 1 over 2 whole squared is equal to 0. So now here we see that it is our algebraic formula. So here we use two algebraic formulas, that is, if we have a cubed plus b cubed, it is equal to a plus b times a squared minus a times b plus b squared, and similarly if we have a squared, this one minus b squared, then it will be equal to a plus b times a minus b. So now using here, then we get that y plus 1 over 2 times y squared minus y multiplied by 1 over 2 and plus 1 over 2 whole squared, and here we get that is plus y plus 1 over 2 times y minus 1 over 2, which is equal to 0. So now y plus 1 over 2 times y squared, and here we get minus 1 over 2 y and plus 1 over 4. Similarly here we just write y plus 1 over 2 times y minus 1 over 2, which is equal to 0. So now here if we just take common y plus 1 over 2, then we have y plus 1 over 2 times here y squared, that is minus 1 over 2y plus 1 over 4, and here we just write plus y minus 1 over 2 is equal to 0. Now y plus 1 over 2 times, here we have y squared, and minus 1 over 2y, we just write plus y here, and plus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2, here we just write plus 1 over 4 and minus 1 over 2 is equal to 0. So here if we solve this one, that minus 1 over 2 y plus y, it is equal to, if we take LCM, 2 is LCM, so we have minus y and plus 2y, so we get plus 2y minus y, that is 1 over 2 y. And similarly if we solve this one, then we have 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2, it is equal to 4 is LCM, so we have 1 minus 2, 2's are 4, and minus 2, we just write minus 1 over 4. Here y plus 1 over 2 times y squared, and these two becomes, here it is plus 1 over 2 y, and here we just write minus 1 over 4, which is equal to 0. So now we have two possible cases here. That first one is y plus 1 over 2 is equal to 0, and y squared plus 1 over 2 y minus 1 over 4 is equal to 0. So here in first case, let's say we just write here it is our y1, so shifting this one we get minus 1 over 2. Now if we deal second one, then here we are going to multiply by 4 on both hand sides, so we have y squared plus 1 over 2y minus 1 over 4 is equal to 0 multiplied by 4. So here we get 4y squared plus 4 times 1 over 2y and minus 4 times 1 over 4, which is equal to 4 times 0 is 0. So now our next step is here 4y squared plus 2 2's are 4, so we just write here 2y, cancelling 4 with 4 we have only minus 1, which is equal to 0. So now it is a nice quadratic equation. Here we have value of a is 4, b is 2, and value of c is minus 1. So now using quadratic formula here, then we have y is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So y is equal to minus 2 plus minus 2 squared minus 4 times a is 4 and c is minus 1 all over 2 times a, so a is 4. Now y is equal to minus 2 plus minus 2 squared is equal to 4, and minus and minus is plus, 4 times 4 is 16 all over 4 times 2 is 8. So here y is equal to minus 2 plus minus, here we just write 20 square root all over 8. So 20 can also be written as 4 square root times square root of 5 all over 8. So here we have y is equal to minus 2 plus minus square root of 4 is equal to 2 times square root of 5 all over 8. Here if we just take 2 is common, so we have minus 1 plus minus square root of 5 all over 8. Here 2 1 is 2, 2 4s are 8, so we get y is equal to, here y is equal to minus 1 plus minus square root of 5 all over 4. Now here we have y is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 all over 4, let's say it is y2, and y3 is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 5 all over 4. So now we are going to recall our equation 1, that our equation 1 is, here we have that is y is equal to m to the power 1 over 6. So it is our equation 1. We just write y is equal to m to the power 1 over 6. So it is our equation number 1. Here when we put, when y1 is equal to, let's say y1 is equal to minus 1 over 2, so it is our first value of y1. Now putting this one here, we get now here we just write m to the power 1 over 6, which is equal to minus 1 over 2. Here when we find out the value of m, we will get just not real solution here. So here we just write, if m is the element of r, so as y is element of r, so here we just rejected this value because here we will get no real solution. So this value is going to be rejected because we just required those values of y in which y belongs to real number. So it is rejected. Now we are going to use the value of y2. Here it is minus 1 minus square root of 5 all over 4. So we just write when y2 is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 all over 4. Here recalling our equation 1. So our equation 1 will be y is equal to m to the power 1 over 6. Here we have m to the power 1 over 6 is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 5 all over 4. So here we see that in this case m is also we get which is not real. So y is not real, then we are going to reject again this value as well because no real solution. So now it is cancelled. So we have final value of y, which is y cubed, that y cubed is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 5 all over 4. So here now we are going to use third value of y. So when y is equal to, that is y cubed, it is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 5 all over 4. So recalling our equation 1, then we have equation 1 is y is equal to m to the power 1 over 6. So here we have m to the power 1 over 6, which is equal to, that is minus 1 plus square root of 5 all over 4. So here if we take power 6 on both hand side, then we just cancel out 6 with 6. So we have m is equal to, that is minus 1, or we just write here square root of 5 minus 1 all over 4 whole to the power 6. Now here we are going to just post, let this square root of 5 minus 1 all over 4, it is equal to x. So if it is equal to x, then it will become that x cubed is equal to m. So here we just write m is equal to x cubed. We just note it down this equation because we will use in our steps here. So m is equal to x to the power 6. Now here this will be, if we cross multiply here, then we get square root of 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 times x. So here if we just shifted this minus 1, we get 4x plus 1. Now taking square on both hand side, then cancelling square with square root, we have 5 is equal to, here we just use algebraic formula here, that is a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2 times a times b. So our next step will be, here 5 is equal to 4x whole squared plus 1 squared plus 2 times 4x times 1. So we have 5 is equal to, Here 4 times 4 is 16x squared plus 1, and 4 times 2 is 8x. So now if we just simplify this equation here, so we have that 16x squared here, 16x squared is equal to, if we just write 5 and shifting this one, we get minus 1 minus 8x. So now here 16x squared is equal to 5 minus 1 is 4 minus 8x. So 16x squared is equal to, if we take 4 is common, we have 1 minus 2x. So dividing both hand side by 4, cancelling 4 with 4, we have 4 1 is 4, 4 4s are 16. So 4x squared is equal to 1 minus 2 times x. So we just write this value of 4x squared. Now this 4x squared, if we take cubed on both hand side, so here it will be 1 minus 2x whole cubed. Now here 4 cubed times x squared whole cubed is equal to 1 minus 2 times x. We can also written this cube, that power 2 times 1 minus 2x power 1. So now 4 cube is equal to 64, and here 3 times 2 is 6, so x6. Here we get 1 minus 2x whole squared, that is a minus b whole squared. So here it is 1 squared plus 2x whole squared, a squared plus b squared, minus 2 times a is 1 and b is 2x, multiply by 1 minus 2x. So now our next step is here 64 x to the power 6, which is equal to, that is 1 plus 4x squared minus 4 times x, multiply by 1 minus 2 times x. So our next step is here 64x to the power 6 is equal to, now here we have 4x squared. So if we write 1 and minus 4 times x, so this 4x squared, if we just putting the value of 4x squared, which is equal to 1 minus 2x, so here we just write plus 1 minus 2x and multiply by, here it is 1 minus 2x. So we get 64x to the power 6. 64x to the power 6 is equal to, here we have 1 plus 1, which is 2, and minus 4x minus 2x minus 6x, multiply by 1 minus 2 times x. So now 64x to the power 6 is equal to 2 times 1 is 2, and plus minus minus 2 times 2 is 4x, minus 6 times x times 1 is minus 6x, so minus minus plus, 6 times 2 is 12, we get 12x squared. Now here we have 64 x to the power 6 is equal to 2 minus 4x minus 6x, we get minus 10x, and plus this 12 can also be written as 3 times 4x squared. So now putting value of 4x squared, so we have 64x to the power 6 is equal to 2 minus 10x plus 3 times the value of 4x squared, as we know that 4x squared, here it is equal to 1 minus 2x. So putting here 1 minus 2 times x, then we have 64x to the power 6 is equal to 2 minus 10 to the power x plus 3 times 1 is 3 and minus 6x. Here we have 64x x to the power 6 is equal to, that is plus 2 plus 3 we get plus 5, and minus 10 and minus 6 is minus 16x. So now we have 5 minus 16x. Now we are going to just recall that we have this relation, that recall over equation 2. So our equation 2 is, it is written as that equation 2, which is, we just write this equation like, here it is our equation 2, that is square root of 5 minus 1 all over 4 is equal to x. So we just use here that equation 2 is square root of 5 minus 1 all over 4, which is equal to x. So now this will be 64x to the power 6 is equal to that 5 minus 16 times putting the value of x here. So we get square root of 5 minus 1 all over 4. Now our next step is here. This 4 can be cancelled out with 16. So 4 times 4 is 16. Then we have 64x to the power 6 is equal to 5 minus, if we multiply 4 into parentheses, we get 4 times square root of 5. Minus time minus is plus. 4 1 is 4. So now 64x to the power 6 is equal to 9 minus 4 times square root of 5. So it is value of 64x cubed. Now here if we write that 64x to the power 6, so we just dividing both hand side by 64 here, then cancelling 64 with 64, so we have value of x6 which is equal to 9 minus 4 times square root of 5 all over 64. So now here if we just write x to the power 6 is equal to 9 over 64, and here 4 square root of 5 over 64. So now 4 1 is 4 and 4 16s are 64. So x to the power 6 which is equal to 9 over 64 and minus square root of 5 over 16. So it is the value of x6 here. So here now we are going to recall that as we know that m is equal to x to the power 6 here. So m is equal to x to the power 6, and here value of m will be x to the power 6 is equal to this one. So 9 divided by 64 minus square root of 5 all over 16. So it is our final value of m. We just find out here. So it is our final answer. Now we are going to check our entire solution here. It is our whole solution that we see here. Now here we have now it is our entire solution. So we just write here all these steps one by one. Now I hope you have understand all these steps. So if you feel any problem, any difficulty, you just ask question in comment box. So don't forget to subscribe my channel for more interesting contents. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.